take.
The light will heal your scars.
What? My scars!
Our World of Warcraft cinematic journey continues with one of the most talked up scenes that I've heard about in this game, called Rejection of the Gift, which apparently centers around Illidan. If you've been enjoying our time together, please check out some of the other videos we've covered on this channel. Lore Masters, join me in battle once again. Illidan, become one of my favorite characters, if not my favorite. Here we go. Okay, same set as before. There's the boys, the dream team. Is this a weapon? No, it's a symbol that they built. Okay. Whoa, it's coming to life. Okay, this is awesome. Wow. The music is the standout here. What is this?
We are blessed to be in your presence once more, Zira.
Wow.
Turalian, you have found the Chosen One.
Great voice. The Chosen One.
Illidan, from birth, the light in your eyes held such promise for the future.
He does not look pleased. That's what happened to him.
I sacrificed that birthright long ago.
Do you not wish to reclaim what was lost?
Very
Be
Galadriel
whole
voice.
again?
The Legion's end is all I seek.
My child,
Wow.
you've given so much for so little. Your true potential, your redemption,
Great shot.
lies before you. Let go of your shattered form
Whoa.
and embrace the light's power.
I've traded my freedom for power before.
Great voice.
The prophecy must be fulfilled.
Whoa, she's trying to force it.
Your old life has passed. The light will forge you a new
Whoa, it's
one.
very...
It is not yours to take.
The light will heal your scars.
What?
My scars!
Is your destiny.
My destiny is my own!
Yeah! What? That line chills me.
Doomed us all! Betrayer! Your faith has blinded you. There can be no chosen one. Only we can save ourselves.
Yes. What? What? That was insanity. All right, I mean, the name says Rejection of the Gift, but I must say I did not expect as much flair as that. That was insanity. How strong is he? We were just talking about power scaling. How strong is Illidan, man? He just one-shot this, like, god being. Betrayer! You were mine now! Dude. I have so many questions for the lore masters. Oh man, there's so much to talk about too. There's so much to talk about. The music. Incredible scene. And this is in-game, man. The in-game ones have gotten so much better. He's like demigod level. Illidan, that's his power level right now. Oh my god, yeah. All I have to say is I loved it so much. Let's break it down. Before we do, if you've been enjoying our time together, like I said, make sure to subscribe to the channel Make sure to hop in our Discord, which is teeming with World of Warcraft, hundreds of World of Warcraft fans, Final Fantasy, Genshin Impact. Great conversations going on. And check out our membership. You hit the join button, you can pick the videos for me to react to. All right, guys, let's break it down. Holy mama. This part was crazy. We're watching it again. We're just watching it again. It's that good. It's just worth it. So I have so many questions here. And what I love is kind of the consensus at the end is almost like you've been blinded by your faith. This good being was just trying to like force me to like alter my body and destroy my power and stuff. Very, like, there was a specific point, which I'm going to talk about. Yeah, the question of free will. There's a specific point I want to talk about where it turns sinister. It turns really sinister. And she starts talking and it has like, that's why I said Galadriel. It kind of switches to this like, you remember when Galadriel has the test of what happens if she was to take the ring? It feels like that.
We are blessed to be in your presence once more, Zira.
Zira.
Turalian, you have found the chosen one.
So good.
Illidan, from birth, the light
And
in your
the birth,
eyes
do you hear it?
held such promise
The
for the
music
future.
is very intimate. What an image.
I sacrificed that birthright long ago.
Do you not wish to reclaim what was lost?
And the voice is lofty,
whole
it's
again.
arrogant.
The Legion's end is all I seek.
I love it.
My child,
He said that for so long.
you've given so much for so little. Your true potential, your redemption, lies before you.
Zira.
Let go of your shattered form and embrace the light's power.
He is not wanted. But listen, right here.
Traded my freedom for power before.
I love that line.
Prophecy
Do you hear it?
must be fulfilled.
Yeah. Right before there, it gets sinister.
Your old life has passed. The light will forge you a new one.
It is not yours to take.
Yes.
The light will heal your scars.
I am my scars.
Yes.
The light
Yes.
is your destiny.
My destiny is my own.
Unbelievable. Let's go. That is one of the best.
You've doomed us all, betrayer!
You doomed us all.
Your faith has blinded you. There can be no chosen one. Only we can save ourselves.
So here's the real question. So this is what's fascinating about this scene. He was resisting. So this all-knowing question being was like, oh, I'm going to make this happen because this is destiny. I'm going to make this happen. You need to accept this gift. It's for the good of all. You're the chosen one. You're going to become more powerful. He says, no, I'm not going to become more powerful because this is who I am. You're demanding that I change my destiny when I've painstakingly made my destiny by my own blood, by my own hands. And the angel's like, all right, I'm going to force you. Grabs hold of him. And it's just like, it's such an interesting question because my question for the lore masters is, what would have happened if he accepted the power? If he accepted it?
The light's power.
Is this a malevolent force, or is it actually good? You know, is it actually good and he would have become more powerful, but he is too stubborn and he refuses to accept the help of any being. Right? So that's the thing. It's like what's right and what's wrong here? And if this is like an all-knowing godlike figure, should he have just taken the gift? And is that guy right? It's such an interesting conversation. She'd foreseen him, a future of him as the champion of light. Oh man, it's so fascinating. Good but flawed, you guys said. It's beyond good or evil. A brainwashed puppet. Light is not that good. So interesting. So yeah, what I love is the music. The music, and I'd be remiss if I say anything is the highlight, but Liam O'Brien's performance, ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the affectation that he puts on his voice with this effect that they put on it from the sound design. Listen to it.
Old life has passed. The light will forge you a new one.
The light will forge you anew. It's a sinister feeling. All of a sudden, the music, it's like, wait, this is a being of light? This is a pure being? It has a sinister feel. It has a darkness to it. And that's what's so interesting, is this guy is just like, he's hanging on by the fate that he has sown for himself.
It is not yours to take.
Yeah, it is not yours to take. And I'm going to be honest, I have to agree with him. Nehru is technically God-like, but very low on the totem pole of God being. Okay, that's what I thought. I mean, it doesn't seem... The Titans are far more powerful. Okay. She-Ra's shadows, you can see Turin's glow. I saw that. I did see his eyes fade. So the question is, was he like under control by her or something? Or just like maybe enthused by her? Yeah, being forced into it is a very weird feeling here. It's super fascinating.
The light will heal your scars.
But I want you guys to listen. It's not just his performance. Listen to like the pain that they put in this. And this line is so beautiful because he's not just saying like, this is who I am. He's feeling the pain as he talks about his scars. But he's also realizing that, it's like a form of self-love, right? He's saying that this horrible pain that I'm feeling, if I reject this, if I throw this away, I'm throwing away myself. Who am I if all the things I've done are just completely meaningless and everything? And he, that's who he is. It's a beautiful concept.
I am my scars.
Crazy performance from Liam. Yeah. And you can see, I mean, look on his face, he's hurt, he's hurting, but that's who he is, that's the path he chose. You can't take it from him. If you take that from him, he's literally just a husk of who he was.
The light is your destiny.
My destiny is my own.
And he just annihilates this being. Like, what an image. I want to talk about this image too. Obviously we've had contrast in a lot of this, but this is so interesting because we've been told over and over again, visually, we've been taught over and over again. There's a distinct visual language of World of Warcraft. And now what we have is this good guy is on this side with the fell green, blasting this like pure light being and everything. Even the scene with Anduin, he's like finds his light after Varian's passing and kind of takes up his mantle. And then in this scene, they flipped it on us. So that's what's so cool. And in the presence of a being of purity and light, we have this like crazy evil music playing. And then Illidan has been flipped around and is like, I'm a good guy now. And it's just so cool. But I think it's really important to note that I think, there's a deeper message here of like, obviously faith in like light and stuff like that is good and is generally, a good thing. But I think what it's saying here is that any ideology, if taken to the extreme and if taken like, almost like the Star Wars quote, it's like absolute, like forcing people, imposing your will on people against their will without their consent. The list goes on. Like, it can't be a good thing. right? So that's what's so interesting here. It's like you have people that are like almost about to celebrate this guy who is being like, I don't want this. Like, you're gonna change who I am and destroy my identity and who I am. They're like, no, this is good. Just trust us. It's good. Just trust us. It's good. And you have people like, kind of like celebrating it. Like, oh yeah, like these guys watching. Like, they're not. Did you notice that they didn't try to help him? They didn't step up and they didn't say like, maybe wait. Like, he doesn't want this. Is there a way we can kind of like maybe find a compromise? No, it's just absolutely, this is what's happening. This is your destiny. And it feels very dark, you know? It feels like Berserk almost, like the God Hand in Berserk being like, this is what's happening. You are ordained as a sacrifice. That's what's happening. And it's like, wait, that's not a good thing. Like, what's going on here? Yes, only a Sith deals in absolutes. You guys get it. Yeah. So that's what's fascinating here. It's like, man, what a clever switch up. But I think it's just so fascinating because, dude, how much have I talked about coloration, color grading, color theory in these videos? I mean, it's got to be like over 100 times I've talked about the coloration, the color theory in these videos. And it's so smart to play with our expectations. When you're gonna subvert expectations, this is the way you do it. This is the way you do it. Not in a way just for like kind of a cheap switch up to be like, gotcha. Yeah, you didn't expect that. But you're like, obviously, anybody can do that as a writer. Just do something that completely out of left field and like gotcha and shock value and stuff. This is like a very interesting kind of building on the visual language for so long, even like the musicality, the sound, the image for so long, and then flipping it like that. It's in a similar way that, you know, you've begun to root for Illidan. Not that you hated him ever. He's a very interesting guy, but now it's like, oh, okay, I'm actually rooting for this guy like more than this being, which should be like a pure being. So, Anduina says, check the chart shared in the Discord. Is a chart? I'm gonna check that in a second. But yeah, I'm enamored with this. It's a fascinating scene, and man, they would be crazy not to do like a movie about all this at some point. All right, a movie, a series, like this is incredibly done. The only thing is, I don't know how you do it without Liam O'Brien acting, because man, this guy's a powerhouse. This guy's a beast. His wife had been imprisoned for 100 years. Oh, geez. That's crazy. I know I got shunned for saying that class was... But yeah, I'm so impressed with this. Like, and again, I just want to talk about sort of the concept of it, you know, in a different sort of way than I usually talk about these. I'm usually talking about, you know, purely technical stuff, but this was just... what a moment. And the performance is completely what stole the show here. Both the performance by Liam and the music. Also, big shout out. I'm not familiar with the actress who plays Jira here, this being, but they really sold that that sort of Galadriel, like, I'm so ancient, I'm so powerful that it's scary, and what I'm capable of is quite terrifying if I was to move in a way that is, you know, scary. So that was so well done. And this is what's cool. Like, I love to do stuff like this. Like, obviously, that is, you know, without stealing, is like a referential sort of, in the same way, if you're a philosopher today, you can't become a philosopher today and just ignore the other philosophies and philosophers of the past. Like, you have to study up and understand your contemporaries and the past to kind of then form your own opinions and have a full view on the world. Like, you know, you can't write fantasy today without being influenced by Tolkien. It's literally impossible, because Tolkien invented modern fantasy, or the genre of like fantasy as we view it, you know, and as opposed to myth and folktale. So like them writing this, obviously they're inspired by like the Galadriel casting in this way, right? So it's really cool. This is how you build upon that kind of like shared legacy of fantasy writing and stuff, in my opinion, is you take a voice that's kind of like a Galadriel idea, and then it's like, okay, what if Frodo actually rejected the gift that Galadriel gave him? which is escaping me. I love Tolkien, but that particular name escaped me. The light.
Scattered form.
But it's just such a cool idea, you know. And these guys too, like look at the visuals of these guys. They're like these cool beings, and they look very like kind of heroic and strong and good-willed. And you have this like literal demon guy. Illidan is the only voice of reason in this entire scene. Everybody else is just like, yeah, everything's fine here. Super fascinating. Yeah, what a cool concept. They talk a lot about being blind. The movie was trying to tie in Warlords of Draenor. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, I'm so surprised that they didn't do like a Warcraft 3 movie and just have like Arthas and all that stuff to set up then for, you know, obviously all the stuff that was going to come. That's Sylvanas' sister. I did not know that. Mir. That's really cool. But yeah, lore masters, you know, fill me in as you will if you have like cool tidbits, but just from my outside perspective, this is a really well done scene. I think one of the best in the entire game that I've seen as far as the in-game. And then look at that. Look what happens in this transition. Like he is changing. Look at his scars. They've become purified and golden and stuff. And even though it's gonna make him more powerful, I think what's so significant here is Illidan. You guys told me, the lore masters of Warcraft told me that Illidan has only sought power his entire life. It's literally all he's done. It makes this so significant. The fact that he's like, I'm gonna reject the greater power because this is not who I am. Unbelievable. So it's also like a character growth moment for him in a way. Unbelievable. I love that shot too. I love the perspective switch here. To where they're just like, what is happening? These two massive forces are colliding. What are we gonna do, you know?
You've doomed us all!
And I love this. Betrayer. And then his like fell. Look at this.
There can be
This is his blood.
no chosen one.
See?
Only we can save ourselves.
But it's fascinating because it really is like a philosophical debate, the ending of this. And I think what's so cool is you guys, I think I saw in the chat, this is on the live stream chat, I thought I caught in there, someone was like, yeah, they never explained like what would happen if he had become, you know, taken the light gift and become like kind of the chosen one and stuff. So that's what's so cool about this is they leave it open to us to be like, who was right in this moment, you know? Who was, should he have accepted the gift? What would have happened? But, you know, he would have kind of changed his identity but become more powerful and saved everybody. But is that right? Very fascinating. Illidan reminding everyone it's going to take a raid. That's funny. Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, somebody just confirmed in chat we don't know. I think that is so smart, man. It's so smart to be like, we'll never know, man, because I don't trust anyone but myself, versus these people who only put their faith in a higher being and are like, you gotta give up yourself and trust it. So it's just a question of free will almost too. It's like, listen, my choice is to make my own fate. Super interesting. All right, so what do you think? I love this scene. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I can't say enough about it. Color theory, the shot selection, it's just strong, man. It's strong. The light, the use of light is very different in this expansion than it ever has been in Warcraft. Yeah. And did you notice there's a couple shots here where they deliberately make Illidan seem so insignificant and small in the frame next to this? Like we have this full shot right here of the entire set. He looks small, right? And at the end, he shows, like, even though he's kind of slight compared to this creature, it doesn't mean he's not as powerful, right? And he just destroys. He just unleashes his full power. And what they do is, if you look closely, very, very clever here, they raise him up in the frame. So then they're like kind of at the same eye line. So it's like, oh, you thought I was weak enough to get overpowered by you? No. I'm at the same level as you. And he literally raises to the same level. Talk about power scaling and stuff. Blows them to oblivion. So cool. So Christy asks, was it worth the hype? Yes, it was absolutely worth the hype, guys. This was so awesome. I could talk about this one all day. Just the implications of it, the philosophy of it. So much fun. And what a great journey it's been with you guys, man. I can't stress enough how fun it is. So thank you, everybody who's chilling in the chat. This is so fun. Seat of the Pantheon. We're going to check out next, Akariat has said. But yeah, Rejection of the Gift, 10 out of 10. So great. So great. Yeah, and I'm curious, is this like everybody's favorite cinematic? Because this is ridiculously good.